Hey, what's going on, everybody? How you guys doing? Welcome to another show. You're now listening to Season 5 of the Big Talk for You Radio. I'm your host, Sal Showtime, and welcome to the World Premiere Special. This is the World Premiere Special. We are back live on the air. You know, I appreciate everybody that's calling in. Actually called in 15 minutes, 20 minutes ahead of time as usual. That's always been supporting the show. We've been on for the summer. We had a little summer special. And we have a lot of people in attendance for the summer special, but we are back once again for another brand new season. We have some brand new debates lined up. And once again, I appreciate everybody that's tuning in to the Big Talk Radio via phone. Down at that number, 646-716-7320. And of course, all of you that's online at www.blogtalkradio.com/debatetalkforyou. We have a lot of things happening tonight on the Big Talk Radio. Of course, I have a few debates that I already scheduled, about 6 or 7 debates already scheduled. Of course, I'll let you guys know the dates and the topics of those particular debates. But you're also going to be hearing from the contenders that's going to be debating inside the Lions Den. And we're going to hear, you know, where they stand when it comes to these particular topics. Of course, we're going to hear from the top 4 contenders of the Debate Talk View that's been here for the beginning, Season 1, all the way to Season 4, Season 5 right now, the Debate Talk View Radio. And, of course, I have a special promotional event that we'll let you guys know about in a few minutes. But, of course, before we get things started, let's go to a few brief announcements. As usual, send me an email at debatetalkforyou@gmail.com. That's debatetalk, the number 4, and the letter U @gmail.com. Or Facebook.com/debatetalkforyou. That's Facebook.com/debatetalkforyou. If you download the show via iTunes, go to the podcast section and type in the search box, Debate Talk, the number 4, and the letter U, and you see the show pop up absolutely free. If you download it to your PC, your Mac, your laptop, and spread the word, once again, about Debate Talk Radio. Of course, we're on Instagram at Instagram.com/debatetalkforyou. We're on YouTube, check out some of the videos at YouTube.com/debatetalkforyou. You can check us out on Twitter at Showtime DT4U. That's Showtime, D as in David, T as in Tom, the number 4, and the letter U. And, of course, go to the official website, www.debatetalkforyou.com. That's www.debatetalkforyou.com. If you want to make a donation, you can go to PayPal. That's www.paypal.com. And use the email donations@debatetalkforyou.com. All funds will be put towards merchandise and funding for the show. I appreciate everybody that actually donated during the summertime. Kept on donating and supporting the show. I appreciate your support. Without you, the people out here, we wouldn't be where we are today. So I appreciate everybody that's in attendance at the Big Talk Radio. All right, so let's get this thing started. A lot of things lined up. Let's get this thing going. Of course, like I said, we have a promotional event. Actually, we have my special guest standing by. If you're in the Chi-Town area, you can attend this live debate brought to you by Black Intelligentsia. That's Black Intelligentsia, also sponsored by the Big Talk Radio. It's all going to go down to Chi-Town Saturday, November 1st. That's Saturday, November 1st at 8:30 p.m. And the topic of debate will be, is the Bible the best tool for our liberation? Is the Bible the best tool for our liberation? You can go to the website and check it out. If you want some more information, go to www.blackintelligentsia.com, blackintelligentsia.com for further information. The venue actually has a location. Get your pen and pad ready. You can write this down. Once again, the location is Lighthouse Whole Food Grill. That's at 1373 East 53rd Street in Chicago. Once again, it's Lighthouse Whole Food Grill at 1373 East 53rd Street, Chicago. And, of course, we'll give you some more information. The contenders that's going to be debating will be Israel Doctrine versus Sankofa. And a lot of you guys know these brothers. They've been in the house of consciousness. We're going to get this thing started right about now. Let's first bring in Carl Albert right about now, Israel Doctrine. Carl, how you doing, my brother? Welcome to the show.
Peace, what up, Sal? Man, congratulations on the new season. What's up there, everybody? I know most of y'all know me because Debate Talks for You is a place that, I sowed my seed at. Once upon a time, I couldn't get no debate last season. And Minister Edwards, he dodged me. But anybody out there that want to debate, let me know. I still come over here and support Debate Talk for You. But me and Sankofa, it's about to dance.
No doubt.
That's what we're here to deal with tonight.
Here we go. And we got my brother Sankofa right here. Sankofa, welcome to the show. Debate Talk for You Radio.
Hey, can you hear me, brother?
Loud and clear, loud and clear.
Okay, all right, just making sure. Yeah, it's an honor to finally be on your show, brother. Honor to be on here. And me and the brother, we're going to get it in. Intellectual discourse is going to go down. It's an honor for the brother to have even considered me a worthy opponent and choosing the topic that he did. And I just want the people out there to know that the brother Sankofa is coming to hold it down. That's what I know how, and that's very good. All right, I'm trained in this. I'm ready for this. And I'm going to do the topic matter, the subject matter. I'm going to do the premise much justice. I guarantee you that.
That's right. Once again, guys, going down live in Chicago. You want to get your tickets, actually, in the description box, I have the PayPal link. If you want to purchase your tickets now, you can just go to the description box. You'll see the link right there, and you can get your tickets. I'm going to call Albert, give you some more information, though. Call Albert. Let people know a little bit more about the venue and how they can get their tickets and stuff like that, guys.
Okay, as Sal said, if you go on Facebook, you can type in Sankofa Israel Doctrine and look for the event. If not, I post it on my wall. Hopefully, I post it on side wall. And y'all can see the event page. Everybody welcome to add themselves to the page. If you have any problems, just inbox me on Facebook. There's a ticket link there that lets you know that it's available. You can get it. About 150 people can make it into the actual event. You're not really selling no tickets at the door or whatever. But if there's room and you come, then we'll let you in. But for the most part, if you want to be there, then you can purchase your ticket now. And just like Sal do on the show, you got to hit one and get yourself in line. Once you're in line, then your place is solidified. So that's the best thing to do if you want a ticket to the event. It should be a lovely event. Black Intelligentsia is hosting it, which is basically an offshoot of Israel Doctrine via Israel Doctrine Entertainment. And, just trying to bring another avenue for people to debate, talk, and spread their information, as Sal do here on this show, which you do a lovely job with, and Sinetta and everyone else that's in the business or in the industry of the game, whatever you want to call it. So, just hit me up in the inbox if you need any personal information or direct information. Israel Doctrine on Facebook.
Once again, guys, I'm going to repeat the information later on during the course of the show so you guys can write it down. But before we get this thing started, Sankofa, for those who don't know who you are, let people know pretty much how long you've been studying, a little background history of, how long you've been doing this thing. Go ahead.
Sure, brother. Brother Sankofa, I came out of first of all, I've been studying any kind of knowledge, as a liberating consciousness type of knowledge, for nearly 25 years. I'm 40 years old now. So I started off young in my adolescence and having a zeal and a passion for knowledge that I figured would be a comprehensive knowledge itself that would be geared towards the upliftment, mental liberation, spiritual elevation of my people. The first school upon which I went through, the first door upon which I went through was through Islam. Under, at one point, the teaching of Dr. York. Before he was called Dr. York, it was called Imam Isa at the time as a part of the Ansar Allah community, where I was a part of the young scholarship team being taught by Dr. York personally in upstate Monticello, New York, coming from out of Boston, Mass. As I still, I'm not going to get into why I left, but I still was as I brought in or evolved in my perspective and scope of knowledge, I then became Hebrew Israelite. Started to acknowledge myself after upon studying and researching and reconsidering a lot of that which I had been taught in the school of Islam. I felt that the Israelites, upon my research and studying the Bible a little bit more closer, under the searchlight of truth, was a broader scope and depth and width of understanding upon which I thought that was, at the time for me, my next level or elevation to higher levels of consciousness. So I became a Hebrew Israelite at the time of the First West 125th Street Israelite School of UPK under the leadership of a brother by the name of Marshall, who I'm sure many of the people in the listening audience have heard of. And, after I started studying more, digging up more bones, putting the magnifying glass to it, because I was always one to always research, reevaluate things, study things. I always had a passion and a zeal to always just study, man, and go in on my research. And I feel as though other things were revealed to me that broadened my scope even beyond my wildest imaginations of that which I could ever fathom, and has took me to another level of spiritual growth and as far as knowledge of who I am and who we are collectively as a people. And I felt as though I had to transcend the box of the Hebrew Israelite ideology at that point. Okay, so I've been studying. I've also been done field work with the new Lite parties. I've been involved with a lot of political activism on the ground level, on the grassroots level. So it's not a brother that's just an armchair scholar. I've actually have experience in dealing with people and interacting with the people and engaging in work that was geared towards uplifting the people or contributing to helping the people on different levels where it needed to be met. So, that's basically a small yet long-winded outlook upon who Sankofa is and my foundation.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, we need the people to know who you are, so that's definitely good information right there. And, of course, Carl Albert, we know that you've been on the forum here to be talk for you. You're well known out here, but we also have a lot of new listeners. So, let's give the people, a brief background about yourself.
Well, my name is Carl Albert. That's the first and middle name. You can find out the last if you really look for it. And I'm an Israelite. I've been an Israelite since 96. Ever since I heard thus said the Lord and knew that he spoke through his prophets, Israel, in which I named the Bible. Caused me to name the Bible Israel Doctrine from my perspective because it's the God of Israel word, whose name is Israel, which I know a lot of y'all like, huh? I always get that. But his name, which he gave Jacob, which is 12 sons inherit, meaning the nation of Israel inherit, and they are the prophets and the teachers of his doctrine, his ideology, the theology in which he deals with when studying the Bible or studying the God of Israel. And I'm a defender of that. I used the term a couple years back. I used it last year. I don't think I used it this year, but I'm a Israelite nationalist. Dealing with nationhood. I've been dealing with that a lot more. I tried to have a debate with Lord Albert or more about nationality so I can, solidify that information and knowledge amongst the people, but he ducked out, just like a lot of people do with debates. That's why I appreciate the brother Sankofa. He's an ex-Hebrew Israelite. He understands the book from our perspective to a certain degree, however much knowledge he gained in the camps that he was affiliated with. So I figured he would be a nice opponent to deal with, seeing that he know the book, seeing he know other schools of thoughts, so on and so forth, so he can make a reasonable argument for the Bible being the best tool for our liberation or not. So, we got to go into this subject and title, as everybody know I love subject and title, which dictates, the conversation. So, I'm really looking forward to it. I know Chicago looking forward to it. They never had an event of this, magnitude or in this perspective. We had Brother Demo do one, but a Kemetic brother bounced on him. So this will be the first official thing of this nature, in Chi-Town.
Definitely. Once again, guys, this is brought to you by Black Intelligentsia, sponsored by the Big Talk Free Radio. It's going down Saturday, November 1st. That's Saturday, November 1st. You want to get your tickets? I have the link right here in the description box, guys. If you want to purchase your tickets to be a part of this live event, it's going to be at the Lighthouse Home Food Grill at 1373 East 53rd Street in Chicago. So make sure you get them tickets and be here. But we're going to get this thing started. The topic, once again, of debate for these guys going to be debating is the Bible the best tool for our liberation? So let's get their perspective. Let's go to Sankofa. Sankofa, what is your position when it comes to this particular topic? Let people know where you stand on this particular topic.
The premise that Brother Sankofa is standing upon is, and I'll refer back to the title at hand. The premise is the Bible the best tool for our liberation? Ours deals with a collective, okay? I am in the contrary as far as what my brother stands on as far as being the best tool for our liberation. Now, I will go into more depth, and I'm going to give off all the goods now, but the reason why I am in opposition to that book being the best book for our collective liberation as a people is due to a lot of things. I mean, the thing goes into layers, you know. I know that our people is multifaceted and diverse and different that we are. I don't believe that one specific school or one religious book, a book that historically has been proven to be tampered with, distorted, and have gone through the hands of enemies, historical enemies of ours, okay, that this book and this tool in this day and time will be an absolute prerequisite or tool that can be used as a foundation upon which we can build towards liberation as a collective people. If you look at the Bible and the historicity of it as it's being put together in a composite book, the way the Bible has now, we've never had any civilizations of antiquity as a liberated people, okay, with our own sovereignty as a composite book known as the Bible, okay? We've had universities, we've had civilizations, we've given birth to math, art, science, philosophy on many other levels, and educated many other people as far as architecture and agriculture and all the different sciences and disciplines, even about knowledge of the stars and the celestial levels of information, and high sciences dealing with the science of the mind and how the body works and operates. Before there was a such thing as a composite book called the Bible or any prophet known as Israelites. If you pay attention to the historical record, it was at the time of the book being put together in its current form that we use it as, that coincided with our fall as a people. Colonialism and the Bible go hand in hand. I mean, you can take the people in the Bible because of the region upon which the people are spoken about, which I believe are many of the Bible stories of fiction, that they are rooted in truth and rooted in universal principles, not in totality, but there is truth in it. I believe that we've taken a lot of things that are distorted and misunderstood as far as the origins of where these books come from, and we just painted it black because of the people in search of an identity and people who have been oppressed and robbed of a comprehensive knowledge of self. We are seeking the knowledge. There is something in our DNA that makes us inclined to know our greatness. And because we are people of vast history, okay, that spans the globe, all 196,940,000 square miles of the planet Earth, you can find our greatness recorded all throughout the world. So as a people being written out of any respectable commentary in history and being robbed of a knowledge of self, knowing that the book that talks about a certain region, place, that takes is, i.e. Israel, or that area of the land of Canaan, is talking about a people there that were a chosen people of God. And of course we're going to want to cling to that, and cling to that because we know that historically the people of that region were melanated people, or i.e. black people. Okay? So, and because of the greatness associated with that book and the people of that book and the people being robbed of the knowledge of the self and their greatness, subsequently, we are trying to seek that which we found was lost or is a missing link in our history. But a lot of times, not being able to eat the fish and spit out the bones, we cleave to the myths and not understanding the origins of the myths and the higher levels of understanding that these books were supposed to impart. We take a lot of the stories literal, and we miss the spiritual food that we were supposed to get out of it. And so, in seeking an identity, we still stay lost into who we really are. So is the Bible, can it be a tool for personal growth, to help you overcome addiction, to help you change certain bad habits about yourself if it's applied a certain way because of the universal principles in it? Of course it can. But as a collective for people, the absolute best tool is something that I'm going to take to task as far as showing my perspective of why not. Okay? And I'm going to get into more details and connect the dots a lot further in the debate as to why and how, and many other points that brothers and sisters are going to find out. It'll be very interesting. And I got a couple of ouches for y'all too out there who are in the Bible. And I'm coming in the spirit of love, though. Because it's about what I thought.
So the lion effect you on that one, right? No doubt, no doubt. Once again, it's Debate Talk View Radio. You know that number, 646-716-7320. This is the World Premiere Special, Season 5 of Debate Talk for You. But let's go to Carl Abbott, man. Carl Abbott, what's your position when it comes to the topic of the debate? What's your position, brother? That?
Everybody know my stance that the Bible is whatever it knows. However many number of people that came against it have fell on that sword. So at the end of the day, it's another victim of the Bible. Due to the fact that at the end of the day, the God of the Bible is a liberator. His very name says he's a savior. God save, Yah save, however you want to say it. His very name lets you know that he's a savior, which is a liberator. He's going to liberate Israel and any that will sojourn and be amongst Israel. Follow the rules and regulations, laws, statutes, and commandments that he laid down, which is universal. Love thy neighbor. What society is telling you to kill your neighbor? If they are, they wicked. So, at the end of the day, the basic biblical doctrine is what we can use today to fix problems right now. Man shouldn't lie with man, easily fix that problem if people were adhere. Woman shouldn't lie with woman, fix that problem. Man shouldn't lie with his daughter, fix that problem. So on and so forth. Right? Stealing. Killing. Now, we know that, as he said, the Bible was given to us during the time of slavery, right, by our oppressors, right? And they used it, and they taught us their theology through Catholicism, through the Roman Catholic Church, which Daniel prophesied will be the last dynasty of the fourth beast, right? Or them toes of miry clay and stuff that we was going to have to deal with. And it told us about the liberators that would liberate us from this last dynasty and set up a new world, rule, government upon the throne of David. You know what I'm saying? So this type of conversation brings hope. It brings positivity to those who seek to do righteously and those who seek to do things of this nature. Now, no matter what system you deal with, mystery system or whatever type of system you want to call it, from Egypt to Islam to Buddhism or whatever, they all trying to bring people to a place of peace, love, and humanity. And the biggest thing they trying to do is tell you, as a human being, you can be God-like. You can have the attributes of God. What else but the Ten Commandments show you the attributes of God and his dietary law and this and that? Because he say, do these things to be holy, for I am holy. No one can argue against that. So to deal with the history and stuff, yes, plenty of people argue that. But the same thing they argue when they say that is the white man tampered with the Bible. So who wrote that book telling you that they tampered with the Bible? See, we got to understand that propaganda machines has been around for a long time. And the best thing to do if you don't want somebody to mess with something is to tell them something about it to cause them to dislike it. You can have the prettiest woman in the world walking the street, this, that, and the other. They'll say she don't wash her tail or she got that package or something, so you won't talk to her. Knowing that what they saying is a lie, so they can go talk to them. So as people argue about Egypt and argue about all this other stuff, all these things have been, quote-unquote, the black man and been co-opted by the white man. Now, what if you say the so-called Jew? Now, you use the Bible to argue with them. No, this is not your history. This is the black man's history or the Negro history. You say the Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, who can forgive sins and do all that stuff and pretty much run the world along with the Jewish people and their dollars, right? You have a book to fight against them. As you see Shaka Amos, he called himself beating up Islam and letting them know that Christianity had a hand in all of that, right? Where did Christianity come from? Out of the Bible. Who was the first Christians? Those in Antioch. Israelites. So you can take this book and fight white supremacy head on, whether you say the Edomite or the Gentile. You can fight it head on. Anything else, they're going to go in their libraries, put out books that you don't got, which say something different than that. They are the authors of those books. So they have one to counteract whichever one you got. So they can't counteract the Bible because they say they believe in the God of the Bible, this, that, and the other. So they can't fight against that when you really put it in its proper place and put the proper history on it and put the proper people in place. It's the best book. It's the best gospel. It's the best news. It's the best. You know what I'm saying? So those who use it, I got to quote DJ Khaled. We the best. So as I did the show last night, nobody from the House of Conscience, or even when they come on Debate Talk, as much as me, Josh, Minister DeAndre, and all the other Israelites might not agree, and we do our own debate, don't too many people come over here from Barshir to Raheem Ali to Brother Minister or whatever. How be the Israelite? It's rarely done. It's a phenomenon when it's done, you know. So we're going to see if the brother, who's an ex-Israelite, you know what I'm saying, and as he said on my show last night, it needs to be upgraded. We're going to see if he can deal with the upgrades. Because as he said, he's from out of One West. And they ain't upgraded in a long time. Israel Doctrine is new. I started this in 2003, the term and the ideology, putting it back to where it's supposed to be, saying that it's from the black man, the Negro, the coon, and all the other names we get called by words, even Hebrew Israelite. Don't get mad at me, y'all. That's a bad word. So we're going to see if he can deal with the upgrades.
All right, once again, guys, you know that number, 646-716-7320. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to call in. Let's go to Sankofa. I know you want to say something about that. Hey, you want to reply, brother? Go ahead, Sankofa. You can reply.
Only thing that Brother Israel forgot to say after he spoke his speech was, can I get a amen? After he done preached to the choir so good, because what we're doing is talking about what we believe. And we all believe something, but we don't know everything in its totality because knowledge is infinite. But however, your outlook, in my opinion, as far as your breakdown and, in all due respect, is more subjective. You know what I mean? That is just, something that you believe. In the book of Thessalonians, chapter 5, verse 21, it says to prove all things. I quoted the Bible. Is it true because it's in the Bible, the quote, or is it true just because it's true? To prove all things. And the court of law, you have to have evidence. No evidence, argument. And the court of public opinion in the conscious community, it will bring a lot of evidence to show you that the black man ain't just been co-opted. Those who have been, and many have been. You don't want to undermine the intellectual capacity of these new age, young, sharp scholars out there who are committed to vast and in-depth research. I mean, who will bring a sword to that what you call the Bible, stands on its own absolute truth with no fallacy, no contradiction, or what have you in there. I will definitely show you that using the Bible itself, using sources outside the Bible, using black sources, using white sources, so you will have it in black and white. So we can't try to use weak, shallow argument that it's the white man, and how do you know who wrote that book? Because when you're a scholar, you connect the dots. You put things in their perspective, and you analyze things, and if you see a consistency of things that show up that are in alignment with a certain perspective, idea, concept, then we can deduce from that intelligently that this is either true or not true. Okay? Now, like I said, I'm not here to just bash the Bible and to knock the Bible down because it's about balance. As I said, and I'm going to state and reiterate again, that there was a lot of good source and knowledge in the Bible. The brother said, and he went on and he said something that was absolutely, a couple of things actually that were absolutely true. Some of which are how do we combat the pathology that you see prevalent in our communities that are destroying us, that are contributing to our destruction by design, of course. Homosexuality, diabetes, abortion, these things. I'm going to demonstrate to you, okay, how those things are not just exclusive with the Bible. These are universal principles that predate a 6,000-year-old Ten Commandment law that came about, okay? I'm going to show you where these universal principles are totally identical to the point where it's almost suspect for the Bible to be claiming that this was revealed exclusively from a God to a people that we can never validate even existed, okay? And I will show you civilizations that did exist that had these same principles, that had prophecies, and that had many of the things that you hold the Bible at such exclusiveness and high esteem is because we've only been locked into knowing that, okay? We have been co-opted into believing that this one book is the end-all, be-all, absolute, total, everything, as if it didn't come from something, and that it's not, and it's the alpha and the omega of everything that is to know and be, and when that couldn't be further from the truth. Is there food in the Bible, spiritual food, principles, and things that you can keep, and I would even say should keep, for you to advance and evolve as a person, as a human? Of course. But is it the best? Once again, I have to reiterate the topic. For us collectively, for our liberation. And then define liberation. What do you consider liberation? I mean, like, that's going to have to be put to that. What is your definition of liberation? What do you attempt to obtain in liberation and your liberation? Would you consider liberation be what the collective people look at as a liberation? Or ideology or lifestyle? You're going to have to put these things to topic matters, and we're going to have to put up some information. As I said before, I'm going to say once again, the Bible has truth in it. God loves it. The Bible is not exclusive as far as what it presents as being true. It says in the book of Matthew, in the Lord's Prayer, Matthew the 5th chapter, give us this day our daily bread. In part it says that. It's not the whole prayer, of course. But I'm going to just hone in on that point to highlight my what I'm trying to get at. Give us this day our daily bread. And you know that the bread that it's talking about isn't necessarily food for the stomach, for digestion, but food for the mind or the spirit, spiritual digestion. So the food, this daily bread, is talking about something new, something not old. Out with the old systems, in with the new. That, with the common thread of universal principles and truths to it, too. You won't just throw the baby out with the bathwater. That's not what I'm implying here. But, however, because that has been so distorted, and it was plagiarized in the first place from older text, and it's a capital I for incomplete, okay? And there's a lot of contradictions, inconsistencies, historical non-truths, scientific impossibilities. For us to predicate that our liberation as a people is based on a book or a revelation revealed to a people who we can prove didn't even exist, that's something that we're going to have to look at as far as it being real people who do exist in real time right now. Is this book the best tool for these people's liberation who predate that book, whose principles and morals predate the ones written in that book? And I'm going to do a very excellent job in presenting my cause and connecting the dots. I'm not going to give up all the goods now. But y'all brothers and sisters out there, y'all going to be in for a treat. One thing is going to do subject justice.
That's right. Once again, you got to go to the Chi-Town and take this debate out Saturday, November 1st, guys. You don't want to miss this particular debate in front of a live studio audience. I have the link to purchase tickets in the description box if you want to be there for the live event. Once again, the address is 1373 East 53rd Street at the Lighthouse Whole Food Grill. You don't want to miss this particular debate, guys. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to let Carl Albert respond real quick, and I'm going to take a few callers. I see person number one. I think we're going to chime into this particular conversation. And after that, we're going to have to go to the other debates I have lined up on the show. So, Carl Albert, you can reply. Go ahead. Go ahead, Carl. You get me? Go ahead.
Yeah, I had my phone muted. I made sure. Oh, my bad. At the end of the day, if we fighting a war and all we have is rocks, then we better become great parcels of rocks. We better learn how to aim and hit our target. We better learn how to throw it in a certain trajectory that it might hit the target. We might even have to bounce it off the corners of the wall or street or whatever. But we better learn how to use it, because that will be the best thing we have if we don't have nothing else, right? Knives, if you don't got a gun, you better learn how to use that, because that's the weapon of choice now. Everybody have a Bible. I don't care if they hate it or not. If you don't have it, as it say, honor your mother and father, and as other people say, honor your mother and father, your ancestors. At the end of the day, a lot of people do a lot of dishonoring of those that dealt with the book before they was born. They actually say that they was ignorant for messing with the book. But every revolution from our standpoint, uprising, came from people that dealt with that book. They didn't go and just grab the Quran. We had a Malcolm X and the Nation of Islam rise up. Noble Lite tried to do his thing. But outside of that, that's the only Islamic stuff outside of the Ahmadi that Bashir deal with, you know what I'm saying, that you really hear about. You know, and you don't see them doing no jihads here in America. You know what I'm saying? This is 9/11. You did not see no black guys on planes blowing them buildings down. So blacks here don't use the Quran to start a revolution. They don't use Mayat. They haven't used none of those things. They use the Bible to rise up because they seen themselves as those that's on the Pharaoh's, you know, stiff hand and being oppressed and being beat up and made to work. What is the old saying? Working like a Hebrew slave. See, people use this Bible because it's in our blood. Not all of us, because all of us are not Israelites. Just because we dark-skinned, it don't mean we Israelites. And I'm not saying black, but dark-skinned. You know, some are Hamites, some are Israelites. Anybody that know their Bible should know that. All white people are not the same people. Some are Gentiles, some are Edomites. So, see, when you give people this information and you let them know about the Edomite in the land and the Ishmaelite in the land, which are both Hebrews, fighting over us, the Negro land, then you know what's going on in the Middle East. You know what's going on in the Vatican City. This is where the powers that be are at. And if you want to go against them, you have to use nukes just like they use nukes. They got an atomic bomb, you better have an atomic bomb. And they have taken the Bible and beat up Kemet, beat up Islam, and beat up everything. Right? But they can't take the Bible and beat the Bible up. They cannot take the Bible and beat the Bible up. Just like this brother will not be able to take the Bible and beat the Bible up. Yeah, there's things in there that seem as if, you know, they contradict each other. But that's because you're not part of the Israelite mystery system. You haven't been initiated into the priesthood after Melchizedek. You don't have the spirit. If you don't have those things, then you can't activate the book. You give it to a learned man, I can't read it. You give it to an unlearned man, it's sealed to me too. You give it to one that has been chosen and elect, then you get the upgrades, you get the new data, the new information. Now you know how to see the matrix. You can see the world for what it is. Then you can function in it properly. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to open up the matrix. I'm going to give you all the codes and data you need to function in the new millennium. With the Holy Bible, the Bible. Because what's buying in it is life and death. We all choose if we're going to choose to follow it and get life or reject it and get death. So we're talking total liberation, people, not just of your flesh, but of your mind. As it shows you in Exodus, when they came out, they were physically out of bondage, but their mind was still stuck in Egypt. So if you want to come out of the American or white supremacist mindset, one thing you're going to have to do is free your mind away from the theology and the ideology that they use from this book. You know what I'm saying? And using them other sources to attack it once again, they gave you those sources. And they got other sources and other people that will fight against even the sources that you bring to fight against the Bible itself. And with that said, I'm ready for the listener audience. How y'all doing? Let's talk.
All right, guys, we're going to go to the listener audience, and we're going to take maybe one or two questions right now because we've got to get to other debates lined up, and, of course, we're pressed for time as well. But once again, I appreciate everybody that's calling in. We have a lot of people that's tuning in right now via phone, checking out the Season 5 Debate Talk You World Special. Let's go to the callers, though. Let's go to 253-353. You're live on Debate Talk You Radio.
Yeah, what's going on? Shalom, it's the Gorilla Hebrew.
Peace, what up, fellas up?
What's good, Carl?
Oh, it's all good.
Yeah, peace, brother. Yeah, I just got a quick question for the brother Sankofa briefly.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Shalom, Malak, how you doing, brother?
Jeez, my brother. I'm glad to finally hear your voice. A lot of respect for you, how you build on online. So it's good to finally kick it with you right now. What's your question?
Yeah, definitely much appreciated. The question I have for you, especially being that you come from the original One West school, you know, early 90s or late 80s, whenever you came in, respectively, understanding the fundamental things that were instilled in you during your tenure in that school of thought, do you see any fundamental errors that needed correction within, you know, those values instilled in you? And if not, or if you did, do you still think overall that those were positive, fundamental principles put in you that could very well fuel a liberating revolution?
Yes, indeed, man. Thank you for the question. That was a very excellent question, man. That which was instilled to me from the teachers at the school of UPK was, you know, I do believe that helped liberate me and broaden my scope of awareness and break me out of shackles upon my mind that under the paradigm of my tenure in Islam, I didn't even know were still shackles. So I give credit and much respect due to the teachers who enlightened me with that which I knew, the principles and the disciplines that I did learn of things that I carried on with me. It's best to my ability, you know, right now to this very day. And as far as can it be used as liberating tools, as I stated before, I'm going to say it again, the universal principles that are not exclusive, and that's what I'm trying to get at, to the Bible, okay, can be used as a liberating tool to transcend many of the decadences that keep us into the self-destruction mind state, the matrix that we're in, and the spiritual shackles that keep us willing slaves. Of course those principles can be used. My whole thing is this. Those principles, you have to eat the fish and spit out the bones. I say that a lot because that really makes sense to me. The principles are not exclusive all to the Bible. Some of the laws, is over 610 laws, don't even matter to keep right now in real time, in a real world right now. When I talk about all 610 laws that nobody really keeps anyway, being realistic, okay? But the main disciplines that keep us balanced, that keep us respecting our brothers, that keep us respecting our neighbors. You can find many of the same principles, not only in my yacht, but in many civilizations of antiquity that predated the Bible. My whole thing is the Bible has a lot of truth, and I believe the truth is to attract you, but the distortions and the lies are to entrap you. And we have to be very careful on what we can choose, and we have to have a broader scope of understanding about how this book came into its composite form and what agenda was behind it coming like that, and where those stories come from. and the antidote, a Messiah coming to liberate us ultimately. You know, those are things that we have to put on the table that's up to debate, and that's what I'm going to do.
Okay, most definitely appreciate that, and I'm looking forward to seeing the information you're going to present to the actual debate.
I'm still waiting for you to come to New York a little bit, Hebrew.
Yes, I'm on this protector, man. They don't let me out the state.
Okay. Nah, man, out of love. Ain't nobody trying to come at you, man, but, you know, a lot of people always dig you up here, you know what I mean? So it's out of respect. Okay. You come here and break bread with the brothers.
All right, I appreciate you, King.
No doubt.
All right, Shalom.
That's the Gorilla Hebrew right there. And Gorilla Hebrew, you know, stand by later on for the later segment of the Debate Talk Free Radio. But we're going to pretty much get some final words from both contenders before we move on to the other debates out here. Once again, guys, you don't want to miss that live debate in Chicago. If you're in the Chi-Town, you don't want to miss that debate. Once again, it's going down at the White House Whole Food Grill at 1373 East 53rd Street in Chicago. Make sure you check it out. If you want to call us the location itself, the number is 773-633-2587 for more information. Once again, you can purchase your tickets right here in the description box. I have the actual link. If you want to purchase your tickets right now to be in the house Saturday, November 1st at 8:30 p.m. You don't want to miss that debate. Let's get some last words from both contenders. Let's go to Carl Allen with some last words.
Well, I just want to thank the brother for, being a part of the debate. I want to thank Debate Talk for you and everybody that's sponsored and do things, because as Al said, without y'all, who knows if this show would even went off for this season, would have started, and this premiere would have happened. So, just like our event, the people is the backbone to it. We debating and we're putting out information. If you're not there, then it's just like a tree falling in the, woods. Do anybody really hear it? Or do it make a sound? You know how the question goes. So at the end of the day, the people that sponsor those that put this work in and do this research and do all these things are the backbone of everything, So I'm grateful for all those that will be in the house, on the 1st. If you're not in the house, we're going to live stream it. That information coming a little later. We trying a couple different people to see exactly what we can bring. So look for that information. It's basically $20 to get in. It's $20 for the live stream. That way no one feels cheated. If you do the live stream, to tell the truth, you don't have to buy gas or, get out. But if you want to come and have a good event and see it live, we're going to have a demo in the house. He's going to be commentating on YouTube live. We're going to try to spice it up and bring it to you in another shape, form, or fashion. And, bring something to the game or to the industry that's not there. So a lot of y'all that's watching Debate Talk and stuff, you need to become commentators. You need to become reporters of what's going on. You need to follow this, because most of y'all do it anyway. Document it. Start you a portion of this industry so you can get your money, and so you can do that, and so you can also help the people with the information, because some people can't decipher what we be saying and what we be putting out. So something for y'all to think about. So with that said, I'm thankful for the time and everybody that's listening.
Once again, guys, this is the first big event for Black Intelligentsia. Once again, this is a big event for Black Intelligentsia, so make sure you show your support. And, of course, like I said, we're sponsoring the event as well. So go out there and show your support, guys. If you're in the Chi-Town area, make sure you buy your tickets and be in the house live on Saturday, November 1st. Let's get some last words from Sankofa. Any last words, my brother? Go ahead.
Yes, sir. I want to thank you, brother. I want to thank you also, Brother Israel Doctrine, Brother Carl Abba, the listening audience out here for having me on. And, keep doing what you're doing. We need more of these kind of great blog talk radio things on to try to raise the level of consciousness of our people, because we are here dying physically because we are dead mentally. So you are a contributing factor to that which is trying to change that paradigm of destruction that we see prevalent in our communities. And I have the utmost respect for you and other people who are trying to play their part as a spoke in the wheel in this change or this revolution that we're trying to bring about. When I say revolution, I mean complete constructive change. Not somebody with a dashiki on pumping a fist revolution. So much respect to Debate for You Radio. And I'm really looking forward to coming to Chicago. I've never been to Chicago before. A city I always had much respect for as far as the kind of great people, whether it's been entertainment, music, especially black leadership and strong black leadership. I mean, Chicago is, Chicago is one of the greatest cities, man, especially as it deals with the kind of strong black people that it produced. So it's going to be an honor to come out there in the great city of Chicago, in the windy city. When Brother Sankofa comes, it's going to be one of the windiest days in that city because I'm coming in the whirlwind. I'm going to bring some of them facts, and I'm coming strong, and I'm coming out of love for knowledge, love for upliftment of the minds of our people, and love for my people collectively in general, the Hebrew Israelites. You know what I mean? Studying and contributing, researching and contributing to the mental liberation of our people is a labor of love, okay? So I do this, it comes from the heart. That's why it's natural. That's why it flows. It does. It's second nature for your brother Sankofa. And I just can't wait to get up here with the brother, man, and we're going to dance. We ain't going to dance and do the electric slide. We're going to be doing some African dances up in there from the time we finish. Playing some song. Okay, it says in the Bible, the first shall be last and the last shall be first. You know that the Israelites were not the first black people on the planet. And there were civilizations prior to them. And if the first shall be last and the last shall be first, well, you got to look for a broader scope and a bigger perspective of who and what we are and what we ought to look forward to. And on that note, I want to say, support this, support Debate for You Radio, support the brothers out there who are trying to bring this information to the people because we need to do that to offset the machine as far as media, academia, politics that have the minds of the people, humanity in general, but the minds of our people in particular, and mental captivity. Okay? We need that for every little Wayne, for every brother Israel Doctrine out there, for every Sankofa that's out there, you have a lot more 2 Chainz and Little Wayne and Nicki Minaj's. Okay? So that's why we got to go hard because we are fighting for the hearts and the minds of our people, and we are fighting a machine that has us locked in. You know what I'm saying? And to the point where we become happily contributors to our own destruction. So, you know, we're going to try to chip away at that, bringing debate topics like this to the forefront and trying to come to a general consensus on what truth is and where we should go from here. And I'm honored to do that. I just want to say Black Power on that note.
All right, brother, Black Power, man. Appreciate you coming on the show, brother. Once again, that's Sankofa versus Carl Albert, a.k.a. Israel Doctrine. I'm going to keep on relaying information as the course of the show goes on. Make sure you purchase your tickets. You can purchase it live right here in the description box, you know, on the Debate Talk Radio. But we're going to get to the other debates that we have lined up, guys. We have about 6 or 7 debates that we have already scheduled on Debate Talk Radio. We're going to go right about now to the first debate of the year. That's going down actually tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to get that started right about now.
You are now inside the Lion's Den. Welcome to Debate Talk Radio.
That's right, guys. Make sure you're inside the Lion's Den tomorrow.